welcome back. This is episode 3 of the podcast. I know,
Yes.
of the
Yes.
singing studio. And this is Berea Sands. She
Hello.
works with me here at the singing studio. And we are here for you to teach online. And we love taking new clients. We love our old clients. We love our young clients. We love our new clients. We love everybody. And so we wanted to get together and just sort of put together some free material for you guys. So today we're going to talk about.
We're going to talk about the chest voice.
Okay, my favorite. Yay. What do you love about your chest voice?
I love how warm my chest voice is. I think it's a really, it's a great, and honestly, it's underrated or not. Yeah, it's underrated. Like literally, I feel like when you use it correctly in a song, it can make it sound just so well-rounded and warm. And it takes a lot of technique to actually do a chest voice correctly. So
Yes.
I'll get into it.
Yes, and a lot of chesty singers can sing a little bit flat. That's
Hmm.
like a common thing.
Yes.
When we lower our larynx, we can have a more sultry, soulful sounding chest voice. We can have a neutral larynx position, sort of like poppy chest voice, and then also we can have pulling chest up into our higher note.
Hmm.
But today I think we should just like resonate here.
Yeah.
Let's keep the higher ones out. That'll be a different thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? And we'll deal with like pulling chest into a belt later. So let's talk
Yeah.
about chest. So if I am in my chest voice, I'm like, hey, how are you?
Hmm.
I feel buzzing literally in my chest.
Hmm.
So I encourage everybody to give me your lowest voice. Go ahead, Bria, and say, hi, how are you today? Can you feel buzzing in your chest?
Hi, how are you today? Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if I talk to you and say, hi, how are you today? In my mouth voice, hi, how are you today? Which is where I talk, you will feel less resonant,
Yes. Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
that is a way that you will know that you are properly in chest is by how much resonance you could feel.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any kids or whatever that are like having trouble getting into chest voice that we can talk about it?
Yes, I actually do have one. It is. I can actually also tell you the song we're singing. We're singing. It's a Lemonade Mouth. It's a Disney song.
Yeah.
Um, but she's struggling getting down to trying how to fight these tears. I'm crazy, worried,
Let's talk
worried.
about that note. Let's find it on the keyboard and dissect it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we're going to go. Okay, that's the note, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that just so happens to be an F,
Hmm.
which is where all of the exercises start. And if you guys are
Hmm.
actually listening to the online exercises where it's me talking, hi, blah, 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 you're going to
Hmm.
roll. I always do the demo myself on the F because I know that's a bottom alto note.
Yeah.
So a lot of you guys aren't even doing them unless you have the exercises that go up and go past it on the way down.
Hmm.
Right? So have her start to sing with the demo if you were using those or she's using those.
Yes.
Hitting the
Yes.
F, but that is bottom alto. How do we know when we're at the bottom of our voice? It will fry,
Hmm.
right? So
Yes, and that's kind of where she's at. Yeah.
yeah, so if she's frying on the F, she's probably done.
Hmm. Which, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Can she lower her larynx to try to resonate more? Right.
Mm.
So do me a favor and say this for me. Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo.
You feel how the inside of your voice box lowers,
Yeah.
right? It's like a yawn kind of, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right? So we sound like the cowardly lion. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that hey is a lowered larynx position that can help to open the voice box and give you a little more resonance on the bottom. So
Okay.
that might help her, I guess, is what
Yeah.
I'm prophesying.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes she'll get the note, sometimes she won't.
okay, right? And that could actually have to do with sleep, hydration, salt, blah,
Yes.
acid reflux, like, all right, all the things. Does she have mucus today? Does she have allergies?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and though here's let's talk about the national anthem.
Mm.
National Anthem is one of the hardest songs to sing for
So hard.
everybody because Rocket's Red Glare is the hardest part. And
Yeah.
everybody wants to belt it. And if you're not a belter, that part just feels terrible and anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Trick to the anthem is to get as low as possible so Rocket's Red Glare
Yes.
is too high, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you're an alto, you start at middle C, and it's literally a backwards chord. Oh, 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 say. That's bottom alto.
Oh, say.
Right?
Am I crazy for wanting to lower it even more?
Yeah, that's bottom alto, right? So I actually do it in the key of E or E flat.
Oh, say.
Yeah.
That part of my voice, right?
Yeah.
And then Rocket's Red Glare is so easy.
Right.
I'm like, uh-oh, it's high today. Oopsie, oopsie, right? And then I could belt it and just live in my best life. Right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. But for an alto, she is hitting the bottom of the F. So that's probably why it's frying. So I would just let her sing on the fry.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's where I was a little like torn. I was like, ooh, should I just like but what we did before actually, we actually changed the notes. So like, I'm crazy, worried. We go up.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to switch it up because I know she's young and there's no doubt in my mind that she will be able to sing that note in a few years.
In music theater, that's a term called alt up.
Mm.
So if someone says, "Can I alt up?" that means there's another part that goes higher, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if they're belting, but they want to belt higher, they want to alt up, even though that's not the range. Because in theater, you would really only do the original, right? You wouldn't alt up. You wouldn't make an alteration, right?
Right.
But every once in a while, you get to alt up. So we can use that terminology for that. And I do that a lot with my American Idol kids who are trying to audition. And the songs always need to be belty, and they always need to, be like the craziest big vocals ever. So, but sometimes with that, we put the key where that's possible, the bottom.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So then we would do an alt variation on the bottom instead of worrying about that. So I had this client, Sophia, who got a gold ticket on American Idol. And we did this to her anthem because she could not hit the F. So we went like this. Oh, say kiss.
Okay.
Instead of oh say, because she couldn't hit in the key she wanted it to be in.
Okay.
Because the belt part was 1,000 times more important, Rocket's Red Glare, than hitting the bottom.
Right.
It's one word, you know what I mean? It's 2 words, So that you have to like kind of as a singer go, okay, what's the value there? Is what's happening over here more valuable?
Right.
So where am I going to adjust my keys to accommodate the most important vocal?
Right.
As a singer, we all have had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? If I sang a Beyonce soprano song, you guys would be like, that girl cannot sing. It would sound so bad because I'm such a contralto.
Yeah.
I'm the lowest alto, right? And so my belt, like when she gets all up there, I can get a few really good fine notes, but singing up there in choruses is like I die because I'm a lower voice type. So your voice type is critical, knowing what your voice type is, to how low you can go.
Yes.
Okay. So let's have some fun with this.
Okay.
You give me an with a neutral larynx position so they can hear what that sounds like. There you go. There you go. Now lower your larynx. Right? So now give me a neutral larynx. Okay, now lower your larynx. There you go. What do you feel? Tell them what you feel inside.
I literally feel like something's dropping down.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
So here's kind of what's fascinating. Your sternothyroid muscle is like this, and it's attached to your larynx, which is at your voice box.
Right.
Okay. So where do people usually feel strain?
Here.
Because it's attached to your voice box.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that crazy? So they're like, oh, I just have all this strain. I have so much pain, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, you're doing something weird with your larynx in there. And usually the strain will come from lifting the larynx, not lowering the larynx.
Mm.
Isn't that interesting? You can
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a drop, right? So if we were doing like a higher eval, and it was that pinchy, that's a lifted larynx pinchy E. Is an open larynx position E,
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
right? So if they're feeling strain, here the second break note on an E vowels in particular, we got away from placement one, chest voice, but that would strain, that could strain, that adds strain.
Right.
Okay. So your larynx position can hinder you or help you get into a lower chest voice.
Mm. It sounds like that larynx position, like positioning, it affects a lot through
It's like every,
like all the placements,
if I'm
honestly.
like Tony Braxton and it's
Yeah.
like, I can't stop thinking about
You sing
how
with a lower
every
larynx.
apple of my eye. I'm
Yeah.
the word larynx position.
That also kind of like, to me, just sitting, like obviously being on the outside, listening, it sounds like the tone is also being tweaked as well too. So that also goes into when I hear people have a darker tone to their voice. It's
Yes.
because their larynx is lowered.
Yes, yes, yes. Which also can be classical. So opera singers always have a lowered larynx position.
Mm.
So I'll give it to you this way. If I'm here and I go all the way down,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
right now the Cowardly Lion,
Yeah.
right? So that is a lowered larynx position from the top to the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Commercial voice would be more forward.
Mm.
Right? So it's
So
present with a neutral larynx position.
okay, so with making your tone brighter,
Yes.
that correlates directly to larynx position.
Yes. And also, yes.
Okay.
And we're going to add on air placement.
Right. Right.
Okay. Because if my soft palate's really open and I'm in classical, I'm trying not to be loud so it doesn't,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I heard you.
Right. So it's very open in the back. I've got like a grapefruit back there, right? I'm in the yawn, constant yawn, which will make you yawn.
Every
When you
time.
have a lot of new clients that yawn, have you noticed that?
Yes.
You're breathing
Yeah.
and they start yawning.
Yep.
It's because they're taking for the first time a shallow diaphragm breath and opening their soft palate, which creates a yawn. My new clients yawn, 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 and they're doing this thing because they're trying to open their mouth wider when they're learning new technique.
Yeah.
It triggers a yawn like crazy. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
okay. They're all weirded out, like it's offensive. And I'm like, you're not tired. It's okay. You can breathe better. Close your mouth a little bit. Yeah. They're like, oh, right?
Yeah.
So, lowered larynx chest, neutral larynx chest, right? And so that can also kind of dictate how low you can go, right? Now, resonating, let's get like past this and let's just resonate in chest. Hey, hey, right? So it is more forward. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
That with us.
Hey.
I'm at neutral larynx there. I can still get that low. But if you're a soprano, it's impossible.
Go ahead.
Nothing we can do. We are not God. We do not have a magic wand. There's no magic bibbity bobbity boo that can happen. No technique that can happen that can
Change the key.
Okay, wait, we can't. No. There's nothing you can do to make yourself different than the way God made it. So if God said, when that girl's born, she's gonna be a soprano.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a wrap. Okay. Now, if you are a mezzo or you actually have a lower voice and it's just underdeveloped, that's where we come in, right? We can train that for you. Yeah. Now, the exercise I'm going to link below is called placement 1 and 2. And that is specifically to help all singers, male and female voices, to warm up and learn how to sing in your chest voice. And placement 1 and 2. So it starts in chest and it comes up into the mouth voice and then back down into chest. So you can kind of feel the transition point from like super chesty to more mouthy and then back down to super chesty. And then when you guys start learning that and you're learning to feel that resonance and where you're placing your notes, all of a sudden your pitch gets better, your tone gets better, your accuracy is better, your delivery is better, your breath support's better. And now when you start adding like flavor or style,
Yeah.
right? Now you can start doing that because you know where to place your notes for pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed this today.
Yes.
Chest voice, right? If you guys have any more like questions about chest voice, don't forget to subscribe. Drop a note at the bottom. I'll turn the comments on so that y'all, right? Drop a note. You can also email us directly at thesingingstudio.net